Here we are in the Santo Domingo Cultural Center, which is a colonial church left over from the Spanish colonial period. It was built by Dominican priests and their indigenous laborers in the 16th century and into the 17th. And it remains one of the most beautiful legacies of the colonial period architecturally. But here we are inside the church complex in the Burgoa Library, which is one of the best, most outstanding libraries in Mesoamerica, probably in the hemisphere today. And the manuscripts and rare books that are contained here, a whole universe of material, are testimony to the rich colonial history of Spanish America.
Se nos dio la historia universal, la historia de México y lo nuestro nada, ¿no? Para mí fue de veras impresionante saber el esfuerzo en ese tiempo tan difícil de nuestros abuelos, ¿no? En el tiempo de la conquista, que era un tiempo muy difícil porque se le estaba imponiendo una cultura distinta a la nuestra. Sin embargo, ellos hicieron el esfuerzo de escribir en zapoteco, ¿no? De lo que estaban padeciendo en ese momento.
Located on these premises also is a restoration, manuscript restoration workshop, in which manuscripts from really all periods, but in any form of or state of deterioration, are sent for repair and restoration. And really some of the most spectacular colonial codices have come through these doors and been restored with an amazing level of expertise and high technology, the latest equipment, no expense spared, and many of the rare and precious manuscripts that are restored here are returned to indigenous communities, which is really an amazing, relatively new direction in policy relating to these manuscripts. It's an amazing irony, in a way, that this rich collection of manuscripts, many of which are in indigenous languages, painted by indigenous scribes and friars, are located today inside a colonial church, or what remains of a colonial church. Because in the 16th century, there were friars who torched indigenous manuscripts, pictorials from pre-Hispanic times. They burnt them. And then there were friars, though, who felt it was important to preserve and study the indigenous languages and the manuscripts that indigenous people made. And thanks to them, a whole tradition was created in which indigenous people continued to paint and write about their daily experience in their own languages for about 300 years. And so a good part of the collection here is part of that really incredibly rich memory of early Mexican history.
Todos los días tenemos descubrimientos y todos los días tenemos cosas que divertirnos, así que eso que dicen que el trabajo en la biblioteca es muy aburrido y que la historia también, yo les digo que para nada.